Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike. Thanks for jumping on here with me. Hey, where'd all the time go? Where'd the day go? Hey, when I started off the day yesterday, I had all these good intentions. I had my to-do list. I had things I was going to get done. And what the hell happened? Time flies, right? Yeah, we're talking about time this week, all this week, and we're exploring concepts on how to manage our time. Why? Because of you, that's why. Because y'all are out there and you're trying to live very complex lives with a lot of moving parts, a lot of responsibilities and obligations, and you want so much. And we have to figure out how to get this done, because here's the fact. This is a law of the world, right? We all have the same number of minutes. I don't care about how many kids you have at home, and I don't care about how much money you want to bring into the household so you can live a lifestyle that you want, and I don't care about the people that you have to care for in your life, ailing parents. I mean, I do care, but then I don't, because we all have those responsibilities, and we all have 1,440 minutes in every day. Nobody gets 1441, just 1440. So the difference between people and the lives that they lead and what they are able to accomplish, how close they are to accomplishing what they've said is important to them, is how we use those minutes. And we're going to explore that all this week. Yesterday, I told you that I had outlined what I have found in my career to be 8 key priorities when it comes to time management and how I effectively use my minutes every day. What time I go to bed, what time I get up. Number 1, establishing top 5 priorities in every day. What is it that I need to get done today? Having a weekly, a monthly, an annual schedule it's just critical. Activities and priorities, and making sure they make it into my daily schedule. Getting on the listing side of this business. It's going to be critical. If you're trying to manage a family at home and you want to sell a lot of houses, that's how you do it. Number 6, effective delegation. Number 7, measure twice, cut once. And number 8, cut the bullshit and focus. Okay, we're going to get into all 8 of them this week, but here we go. Number 1, starting early. I'm going to tell you why it's important. I'm not going to just tell you that you need to start your day earlier. And every one of us, including myself, needs to start their day earlier. I'm going to tell you today why you need to start your day earlier. I get to sit in a mastermind session with the top 15 agents in North America every year. And every year I sit in there, and I still get invited based on my past production. And I always sit there with the same question in mind every year. And I'll be going later this year, and I'll be sitting there for 3 days asking this question. What's everybody in this room have in common? And it's not very much. They're all different ages, men, women. Some of them have families, some of them don't. Some of them have had families and the kids are grown and out. Some of them have little kids at home. So it's not that. Some of them are married, some of them are single. They live all over North America. What is it that these people, maybe they've all been in the business for a really long time and their business has just matured. No, there's 2 30-year-olds in there. So what's going on here? There's only a couple things that they all have in common. Number 1, they're very focused on their target audience or their area of focus. They know exactly who their customer is, and they know exactly what activities they have to get done every day. But the number 1 thing they all have in common is they all start their workday really early. Like, of the 15 in the room, the latest that I heard any of them say they started their workday was 7:30 a.m. That's not what time they get up. That's what time they open for business every day. And almost every single one of them says the same thing. I don't like it. I don't like it. I didn't used to be a morning person, and I don't really like getting up early now, and that's kind of me. But there's just no other way to get it all done. There's no way to live the kind of life that I want to live and honor all the responsibilities that I have in my life and not start my day by at least a time. Most of them are starting between 6:30 and 7. That tended to be the average. And now you might be listening to this right now and you might be saying, well, Mike, what can you do at 7:30 in the morning that I can't do at 10 o'clock at night? And I would say, well, really nothing except this. At 10 o'clock at night, you're typically responding to the day that's happened. And at 7:30 in the morning, I'm getting ready for the day ahead. I'm just more proactive than you, and because of that, I'm gonna whoop your ass every day. That's why. In order for me to live the kind of life I wanted to live, to do all the things I wanted to do, and to run a business to support that, there's just no other way to do it. And you can fight and resist this as long as you want to, but it's number one on my list for a pretty damn good reason. Key thing to getting your day started early. You're going to have to go to bed on time. Yeah, you and I are going to have to manage ourselves. And we're going to have to put rules on ourselves like you put on your kids. They had a bedtime, so why don't you and I? If I don't go to bed at a reasonable hour and get at least 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep, and I don't want to hear it from you people that want to tell me you only need 3 to 4 hours of sleep. You're not a physical anomaly. You're a human being, and human beings, adult human beings, need at least 6.5 to 7 hours worth of sleep. But if I don't go to bed on time at night, I guess I'm not going to get up in the morning. And then how much do I really want what I say I want? Well, you could decide for yourself, right? Number two, I want to approach each day with 5 priorities and not really more than that. What are the top 5 things? And I want to put them in order. Number 1, the highest priority for today. If nothing else gets done today but this, what is this? And then I would love to talk to you about your top 5 priorities each day to make sure that your top priority really is the top priority. This is where bullshit can really creep in on us, and we're making things important seem as if they are urgent. Look, there's a lot of things that are important. There's not very many things that are urgent. Let's make sure we get that right. It's one of the key differences between agents. Top agents do a very good job of deciding what's urgent and what's important. Those top 5 priorities, would love to see them in writing. The conscious act of putting them on paper. Would love to see that. Next on my list of the top 8 time management keys, I mean, really, it's going to be hard for you to live the life you say you want to live without honoring these 8 keys. You know, if you work here with me, you know that I'm a schedule freak. I am, and I'm never gonna shut up about it. So I don't know what to tell you, but I'm never gonna shut up about it. That's how important it is. There's just no way you're leading a complex life and running a productive business and not having a daily, weekly, monthly, and annual calendar. Yeah, every week I'm planning out the week before it starts to happen. Every day I'm reviewing what I've planned out in advance for today, what needs to be added and what needs to be subtracted, and what are my priorities for today. I need to look at the month at a glance. And I need to look at the whole year in advance and plan out my time off to make sure, number 1, that I'm taking enough time off. Rarely is that a problem for us, right? But making sure that I am taking making sure that my time off is planned out appropriately, so I'm taking it at the right times, taking into account the needs in my personal life and the priorities there, and the needs of my business, and trying to balance that out as much as possible. I was just asked last night to go on a golf trip. I'd really like to go on, but it comes on the heels of another commitment that I need to honor. So I just can't do that. I can't put 2 trips back to back like that. It's not fair to my business. Having that annual schedule really helps me in that regard. You know, we're out of time for this morning, but what I want to encourage you to do is if you'll make the effort to come to our 9 o'clock practice session, we're building a schedule this week. And takes into account all the complexities in life and the needs of our business. Why don't you come join us this morning? Because that's how you're going to go out and you're going to make it happen for yourselves today.